go. How annoying. Live. Brightness. Hey. Screen recording as we speak. How are you? Let's see. There we go. What's up, Words on Cups? Good to see you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, yeah, we got 6 people in the room. How are we doing tonight? It is Thursday, I believe. Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love, dude. Thank you. Yeah. This is all being screen recorded, so like if you want to fall asleep to something or listen to some stories, just go on my YouTube and it will be there. My last live was on there and all my previous lives will be on there too. So, yeah. Wow. I appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. Alright. Well, let's just wait a few minutes for more people to get in. I appreciate the gifts, dude. Yeah. Sounds good, yeah. It is that season, so. In my opinion, though, spooky season starts right after 4th of July ends. So. There we go. Others don't feel the same way, but that's okay. There we go. So, I guess in the meantime, I could just... Stupid chair. Everything just loves getting in my way. Anyway, we could just read about some haunted cases. Oh. Hey there. Can you hear
It's
me?
been a while.
Yeah, it has
Yeah,
been.
I'm good. How you been?
I'm doing okay, doing good. We just got back from Europe a couple of days ago, and we're just exhausted right now. So
How was
it
Europe?
was great, dude. It was really good. Proposed to my girlfriend. She said yes. So woo. And we went to a bunch of cathedrals. Went to a couple of nightclubs, and
Wow,
yeah,
you flew
man.
over the ocean. See, my mother keeps telling me, go see Europe, go see Europe. We're gonna see culture, words. Like, you will not come back. And we're originally Arabs, and she's telling me Europe is beautiful, like there's culture. And, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Louisiana, but
Yeah.
she likes the old art, the statues, the rivers, the food, the people, the life, it's all in one.
Oh yeah. It's culture definitely is alive, dude. Over here when we came back, I mean, customs was so aggressive compared to customs in Europe, dude. Like all the customs we've been to, because we've been to the UK, we've been to
Hmm.
Germany, we've been to Prague, the Czech Republic. They've all just been so welcoming, And when we came back as American citizens, it was just so aggressive. Like I was on edge when we were landed in the Dallas airport. So it was just, I'm like, wow, what the
Well,
hell, dude?
I've been through Dallas. I don't think people did they treat you bad or they treat you in a security way?
It was more like they had a lot of people in line. A lot of people were missing their flights, and we were just being stared down a lot by security, and we are just like, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah, they do that as intimidation. I just feel like the way we treat each other in the country is what's gonna lift us up. When we start mistreating each other, trust me, in history it shows that pattern. It's not good. But I understand if they're doing their job. I'm like, you know what? I look Middle Eastern, so they're gonna pull me out. But I lived in this country for 25 years,
Yeah.
so don't mistreat me for someone like you think I am. I'm not. So I'm the best person you'll ever. I will give you my heart if you're a good person.
Oh, right,
That's
of
what I'm
course,
gonna.
yeah.
So
Yeah, no, dude, Europe is just different worlds. Culture's beautiful. Culture's so alive over there still.
I know my mother keeps telling me that you need to go see Europe.
Yeah. It's like I told my girlfriend that, well, excuse me, my fiance now, that living in the U.S. feels like a scam.
Really?
It feels like a scam, dude, because like everything's cheaper in Europe. Every time people talk about potentially going to Europe to visit, they're like, "Oh, it's so expensive." But like everything's like cost fair over there. I mean, the
I
Czech
know.
Republic, it was so cheap, dude. Like we barely spent any money, really. It's a bit more expensive when we start using euros, but yeah, dude. Like it's just some Europe's just doing it better, man. It's just doing it better. So,
I'm emotionally attached to Louisiana.
not for sure.
I know. I grew up here. So Halloween season is coming up. Spooky stories are coming up. Bro, if I was to write everything in a journal, I'm sure you have a lot of stories. You probably heard a lot of stories. And when I first came to the US 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and people tell me stories, I'm like, what? Nah, stay away from me. But now I'm grown. I'm like, these people make sense. The more stories you hear, the more patterns, like stuff happens. And it's real. The
Mm-hmm.
skinwalker, that's definitely one of them. That's definitely one of them. Abductions. 20 years ago, I wouldn't believe. 25 years ago, I'm like, what? No. But now, the longer you live, and it happens to you, like something is going on that we don't understand. And I'll take delighted to, I swear on my soul, that I'm not trying to gain anything from it. Like I said, even when your viewers, when it was, they talk about the skinwalker, and I sometimes interrupt them, like, wait, don't continue. Before you continue, did it come at 3 in the morning? And they're like, yeah, how the hell you know? It was 2:45. It's wild. And another one, I would stop. I'm like, wait, did it have red eyes? It's like, yeah, how the heck you know? It had red glowing eyes. And I'm connect that creature is the same. Like it camouflages, it hides under beds. When you say the word mom or help, it runs away. I don't know. That's the creepy. Like I would follow that more than Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I would follow that more than flying saucers. I've seen a flying saucer, so I'm done with that. But that's the thing. That's my main goal. My spooky story for the day, I want to be fair to everybody. Okay, it was I think I've said it before, it was in Lebanon when I was 13 years old, in 96. I was coming back from the arcade, and I kid you not, I spent my fishies, which are money, coin money.
Mm-hmm.
So my mother would give me like half a dollar. I mean, a dollar was good in Lebanon. You can give you food.
Yeah.
So I would spend it on coins. We play, Pac-Man, regular arcade games, and come home. On the way home, it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, clear blue skies, and I felt something hit me in my stomach, like next to my belly button. It just stung me, pow, like someone pew-pewed me. And I quickly lift my shirt up to check, and I see this red mark. And I'm like, it came from that way, like straight up front of me. And I'm like, did someone try to do something? And I look up all the way on top of Rula Center, which is a yellow and white big building in the city in Lebanon. And I look up on the 11th. It's a high building, 11th story. I'm like bending my neck. And on top of the building, have you seen the Predator, the movie?
Yeah.
You know how the Predator camouflages and you can see him walk?
Yeah.
But you can still see the camouflage? I saw a creature like him walking, camouflage on the roof.
Oh,
And you can see his camouflage. I swear, if you were in my memory that day, if you were in my head, I'm looking up and see him move. And my friend Khaled, I was like, look, Khaled, look. And he's moving up. You see him? And a creature turned invisible and he walked away. That is wild. And he almost saw it. My friend almost saw the creature. And till this day, I remember seeing it. I just went home and nothing happened. I still had that red mark on my right to my stomach. So yeah, that's a crazy story. But maybe I was imagining. Maybe it was a sun reflection. There's always but it moved. You can see like I would turn around, and you can see like a shoulder and an arm. So, but that's one of them. I'm up to another story. If you're open for that.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. There's no one in the queue right now, so.
Thank you. Just let me know. Yeah. Let me see. I want to remember a good story. Yes, I was in. I think I've said that story on your live before. I was in Oregon. I'm gonna do short stories. It was 2009. 2009. Yes, I went to Portland Community College, and my brother was like, "Let's go outside the house. Let's leave the house." And he would take me to Cannon Beach in Oregon. Beautiful view, beautiful. There's the whales. I know there's stuff jumping into the ocean. There's a big crab shack, best clam chowder. It was beautiful. And that's why I love like Oregon. So we go up the hill, we park our car, and we get out of there. So, and we look on the beach, beautiful Pacific. Like I've seen the Mediterranean, but the Pacific was just bluish. And you can see clear blue skies. Mm-hmm. And then I look on the beach. I look down from the top of the hill down to the beach. And this black thing comes up, like a square black thing comes up. And it stays in the water. And it goes, it's not a squid. I don't think it was a squid. You can see a shape. It darkened the whole mile area. And it's just like a submarine. And it just went back down in. There was no clouds. There was no reflection. I look at my brother, and he looks at me, and I'm like, "You saw that, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I saw that. What was that? Look, it moved. It's like, where is it going to go?" And I'm like, "What the heck was that? It's solid black, completely black." So, you know me, I try to connect the dots. I don't give up on a story. So I ignored it for a while. And then after a year, I'm like, let me go on Google and research it. If anyone in Oregon have seen something strange in the water. And someone said he was looking at Cannon Beach, straight into Cannon Beach, the water. And he saw a black square rectangle ship. It would hover over the water and it just tapped under the water.
Oh,
It's like a UFO. If you look up Oregon stories, look up a square black ship over Cannon Beach, and it goes over the water and it goes in it, and it's weird, and it would just float away. And I don't know what I've seen till this day. I can't explain. It could be a submarine, but this thing was huge, and that's another story that haunts me till this day. So,
square ship in what beach in Oregon?
Cannon Beach, Oregon. I don't know if it's gonna pull up the same story. Square black UFO ocean, and
Cannon
it
Beach.
might come up. It might come up. I used to be a UFO junkie. That's the term. I used to be a UFO junkie, and I would go to that website. I forgot where people report their stories, like diamonds, squares, orbs. Orbs would clump together, then spread apart. They would clump back in, and that's so.
It's funny. I see a bunch of shipwrecks there. Cannon Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of that story. You know the Dallas story I told you about?
Yeah.
When I was looking toward Dallas and I saw the mothership coming from space. It looked like a spaceship. And I went to bed and I ignored it. And it kept me up like, I need to find what that thing was. And on Google, I looked it up. And someone else saw the same thing from Dallas. But I saw it from Louisiana. He saw it from Dallas on I 20. It was a trucker. He pulled up and he saw that thing coming from space. And then the halo turned off, you know, the yellow tail glow.
Yeah.
And he said it was a black ship, a black, huge mothership, and it turned over Dallas with black helicopters, and it went east of Dallas, and they went behind the trees, and he can see like it turned into an LV shape. It rotated. That's a damn good pilot. This sucker came from outer space, and he turned over Dallas, and he flipped, and you can see the L. It made it like it was a V, but when he rotated, you can see an L.
Yeah.
It's probably the rotation. And he just went right over Dallas. And I saw that sucker from 200 miles away from Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm like looking it up right now, and
Yeah, it looked like a sundog because the sun was on the left,
yeah,
and there's another sun between the clouds, and it's moving. It has a tail. I'm like, I don't know what sundog was, but it was not a sundog. That thing was moving slowly over Louisiana. And I guess it came from outer space, and it went toward Dallas. And that was in 2007.
yeah.
Gosh, it's been
Wow.
20 years since I saw that.
I'm like looking at these images right now, and it's like, whoa, what the hell?
Next time, when I come to your live, I'm gonna find that story, that trucker story that saw that thing on I-20.
For sure, man.
Yeah, this one haunts me till today. I mean, I saw something I can't explain, so now that's why I believe people. But if there's someone in the queue, I don't want to take much of your time unless you want another good story. Let your fans know.
Yeah, there's no one in the queue right now, so feel free to. If you guys have a story you'd like to share, click the guest button down below. Would love to have you. In the meantime,
Yes, I like your story too. This I remember you. I like your story. You were on the ship,
yeah,
and you know how sometimes you're a non-believer, and
yeah,
then something happens to you that just flips you like that.
yeah. No
Like,
kidding, yeah, that one. That's the only time like I've been awake, fully conscious, not asleep, and I saw something just appear right in front of
No.
me, and like to this day, just like, yo,
They will happen when you least expect them. You can be
Yeah.
jogging in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming, and you look up at the night sky, and you'll see it. It could be like a shadow, a ship, an orb, and you will see it. It zigzags, and I've seen something like crazy in Louisiana. But once you see it, that's when it sucks you into those stories. You want to find more and more, and that's how you find out. People. I've known this woman online in a panel, and she told me her story up in Minnesota, I think. I don't know why people live in the middle of nowhere, but I love that. It's quiet. On her way back home in the snow, she's driving her car, and there's a alley in front of her, and she saw a creature running from the alley to her car, a black creature. And I told her, wait, before you continue the story, did the creature have red eyes? She's like, yeah, how did you know? Same thing, running to her car with black hands and black legs. And he grabbed on her antenna, he tried to hang onto her car, and he slipped, and her antenna started going left and right. I feel bad for him. He slipped. And that's when she started screaming with her daughter, and she hit the gas pedal in the snow, and she sped through the town trying to make it home. I feel bad for her. And that's when she found out it was a skinwalker. And I tried to tell her, were you drinking? I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
I told her, were you drinking? Were you, She's like, no, it was right there. I looked in my back mirror, and he was standing trying to chase me. And I'm like, that sucker didn't give up. Long hands, long feet, black. And I told her, where's your closest neighbor? She was like, well, I live in the country. It's a mile down the road. I'm like, you live in a house where your neighbor is a mile away from you? That's not cool. Like, that's not safe.
Yeah.
But some people prefer that.
Jeez.
Yeah, but that's when I got into the skinwalker. And one kid in Tennessee telling me when he was a kid, he would wake up at night, there's a black creature under his brother's bed. And when he looks at it, it camouflages. I'm like, yeah, it looked like a camouflage. I'm like, wait. So it turned its cloak on. Yeah, you can see it camouflage. I'm like, that's technology. That's ET or something we don't know about. And when he said, Mom, the creature it disappeared. And the same thing, red glowing freaking eyes. He said when he moved to Hawaii, he stopped seeing that creature. So that phenomena is only in the U.S.
Yeah.
Because in the Middle East, we have a different creature. We don't call it skinwalker. But I'm sure maybe the next person in line will have a skinwalker story and will get us good on that subject. So, sorry to scare your viewers, but
Wait,
it's the skinwalker.
quick question. Are you okay with your stories being on YouTube? Because this is all being screen recorded. If not, then I could just edit this part out with, like, no issues.
Let me see.
Good night, Scorpio.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, just making sure.
That's fine. I've also had the same skinwalker. It's how do you say this? Had a mental thing. Yeah, when the skinwalker chased her, that's when she looked in the back mirror. And I'm like, let me research more on this. Let me research more on the skinwalker. So I come to a story, and it's probably on TikTok too.
Yeah.
There was a lady sitting with her man and a child in the back seat. Now the child gets scared all of a sudden, and he looks at his parents. They were arguing and fighting. And suddenly they stopped fighting. I don't know why. It got quiet. So the lady is looking on her side mirror, and she see a creature, a skinwalker, a big, long black creature. They were parked next to a treatment plant, and he walks down the hill across the road and jumps into the river. And she froze for a minute, and then she looked at her boyfriend, and she didn't even say a word to her boyfriend. He was glued to the mirror, and his mouth is open. Like he just saw it, and he looked at her like, did you see that? And she was like, yeah, I saw it. Let's go. And the kid, I don't know if the kid saw it or he started screaming, but that's another third skinwalker. So I really, really want you viewers to talk about the skinwalker.
For sure. It won't be the last time I'll have a skinwalker story.
Oh, you'll hear it. Yeah. And it might happen to you. You might be visiting a friend in Tennessee, and you're gonna remember words. You're gonna remember. So, let me know if you want another. I'm in the mood for another story. It's up to you. You want to drop me or keep me on your live?
Go and do one more story, and
One more story, and I'll drop. And thank you. I owe you. Okay, I owe you big time.
Yeah, no problem.
One last story. Let me see. Let's make it good. Since that's going to be on YouTube. It was 1980.
Oh, you're muted.
Okay. I'm sure you remember that story. I was 6. It was 1989, and I grew up in South Kuwait, in the middle of nowhere in the desert. It was fun, you know. And I'm playing in front of the garage with my brother on the bicycle. My mother's cutting potato with the housekeeper in front of the house. And we have a field of grass. And we have a fence around our house, a brown fence. And I'm looking to my left. And like I said, I didn't know that was Saudi Arabia on my left. All I knew it was desert. And this flying saucer was coming from Saudi Arabia. Call me crazy, it was coming from Saudi Arabia. At first, it was a ball of light, and I ignored it. Then I look at it again, it got closer. That's when I tell my brother, look, it's coming. The ball of light was actually fire. It was under the saucer from the engine. It was so yellow that it was glowing. And it didn't look like regular fire, it was like plasma. And you can see the whole aluminum. Whoever cut that thing was good at it. He cut it like right. It was aluminum, like a flying saucer. And my mother was like, come back to the house, they're gonna take you. Because she tilted to the right and she saw it coming. And you can see the halo, the disco lights around it. It's like a disco party.
Yeah.
And I remember the yellow windows. That's one thing I told myself, look at the windows. See if there's someone leaning, they were empty. And the yellow windows were on top, on the second story. And it just smoothly flew over our house and humming. You can see the lights flicker and the TV turned white. And it just went slowly toward Iraq. Slowly. And it left a glowing tail behind it, like a plasma tail. And it freaked me out. There was no Google back then. There was no, I didn't know. I thought it was aliens. And I would cover my head every night with a blanket, sweating. Till I was 15, till I grew out of it. And there's one thing that haunts me about the flying saucer is that it had target cameras. You know the cameras you see at Target, the security cameras? It had a bunch of those around it. And they're spinning with it. And it went. And then my father came home that night and he believed us. He was like, you know what? We used to have those stories before you were born in the 70s. And the people in the north and the oil fields would call us and they're losing pressure. And they would call them back and would say, why are you losing pressure? We need more pressure. And he'd tell us, you need to come look out the window. Just come look out the window and look at what we're looking at. And these things are acting freaky, like they're in the desert at night, playing, I don't know. Imagine you work in an oil field and you open the window at night, look at the desert, and there are 3 ships flashing their disco lights. And it turns off your whole station. It shuts it down. And the only way to do it is manually, with a click. And they did that. And once they flew into outer space, they flew away, everything turned back on. It's crazy. And he believed us. And if you look up Kuwait embassy cables, you're going to see that they complained about this in the 70s. No one did anything, you know. And so when people tell you flying saucers are not real, no, they are real. I've seen it. My mother have, my brother have, and my sister have. It was 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 1989 in the summer. And that's my story.
For sure, man. Thank you for sharing, dude. Thank you for always contributing to the live whenever you're on, dude.
Thank you. No problem. Thank you.
All right, man. Well, you have a wonderful night, and yeah.
Thank you for the guests. I'll drop.
Of course. All right, guys. So the queue is empty. So if you have a story you'd like to share, click the guest button down below. Would love to have you on. Also, I do ghost story narrations. If you have a paranormal story that you'd like me to narrate, I make a whole TikTok video on it. It'll be on Instagram. It'll be on YouTube as well. Just DM it to me. Nothing fancy. You don't gotta send me a whole file. Just DM it to me. Type out that story. Kakana, how are you? Saw you in the chat earlier. In last week and this time not in the Appalachian. Good. How was the camping? Thank you, Words on Cups. Appreciate you. Thank you for the gifts. I didn't feel watched. No footsteps. No walking at night. I do have stories myself. Yes, I do. As far as tarot stories, nothing crazy really. Just I remember I was in New Orleans um, and I went to the Vampire Speakeasy. Um, that was ran by Boutique du Vampire, and the Speakeasy was inside this not a nightclub, but like this traditional tavern like setting. And thank you, Lane. I appreciate you. Good to see you. Um, and there was someone right in front of the door, and he asked me what the password was, and I go, the vampire sent me. So I went in, and just a vampire lounge, hang out on the top floor. And I scheduled a tarot reading by one of the people that ran the Boutique du Vampire in New Orleans. And she gave me the reading, and she was like, there's a woman in your life. You need to cut her out. She's very toxic. I go, she goes, are you dating somebody? I go, I am not dating anybody. This is weird. I didn't think about it too much, I'm like, this what? That doesn't make sense. And come to think of it, like later on, I'm like, yeah, there was a lady in my life that I was visiting a lot, but I never looked at her as like a lover or anything. And she indeed was toxic. So it was in the French Quarter. And yeah, so she was indeed toxic, and I cut her off as soon as I started dating my now fiance. So, but yeah. But yeah, no, it's just the reading was accurate. That's nothing, no objects flying across the room or anything like that. No. A lot of people think that just because you get a tarot reading, some evil stuff's gonna happen. That's not how that works. I used to do rune readings, so. But yeah, no, but I've had some paranormal encounters where I've been touched. I think 2 times. I have some mini stories, and I had some stories. The ones I've been touched, those are the crazy ones. I didn't even see you, G Berg. Okay. Um, but yeah, no, it's been I got stories. Would you like to hear them? I don't mind telling them. Oh, what area I'm in? Well, I was in. It was in New Orleans at the time. Where I'm at right now, it's in the middle of California. That's where I live. So, yeah. But yeah, okay. So God damn. What about stories involving salt? Anything with usage of salt and spirits? No. No, not really. Yeah, G-Berg, by all means. Sam, I see you in the queue. I'm gonna tell one of my stories, then I'll get back to you guys. But yeah, G-Berg, going, I'm sure it's for Gettysburg, duh. Um, but yeah, click on the guest button down below. Would love to have you as a guest. Did I tell you about the experience in the abandoned hospital? No, you didn't. Feel free to jump on, Cat Canet. So, I tell the story every live. I was in the U.S. Navy back in 2013 to 2016, and I was stationed out in Japan for 2.5 years. Every lower ranking enlisted had to help the cooks out, whether in the enlisted deck or the officer deck. And I got lucky enough to be picked to serve in the officer deck. Yeah, Amberlyn, don't feel pressured. You're so good. You're so good. And so this is during that time of year where people are visiting their families, and it's basically leaving half the crew on the ship, which is pretty much a skeleton crew. So it's my duty day. I go in, and I relieved the guy that was on duty the night before, and he gives me the master key card to every officer room on the ship. And this can go into officer bedrooms of the highest enlisted, on the highest ranked officer, to like the lowest ranked officer. So you'll have to ignore my voice occasionally. It's all good, Kakuna, no worries. So I'm the only one in that area. Sick kids who got sick. I'm the only one in that area, and there's no one there but me. So what do? I go into the office, the executive officer's bedroom, and it's a hotel room compared to what us enlisted slept in. And I got myself all cozied up on that bed, and it was still early in the morning. I'm gonna catch some Z's. Note, there was no Marines on board, even Marine officers, none. So I start hearing what sounded like chatter in the hallways. It sounded like two people going over plans. And I'm like, nobody should be here. So I got up, put my gear back on, and I figured just to go tell them, hey, you guys can't be here, you know? So I'm inspecting the hallways, and there is nobody there. I do a couple of rounds around the P-ways, and there was nobody there. All right, whatever. They probably left. Okay. So I go back to the bedroom. I start hearing that same chatter again, but this time it sounds like it's closer. It sounds like it's coming from the room right next to me, which is the Marine commanding officer's bedroom. Now, just for reference, commanding officer of any military installation, the person right below the President of the United States, that's in the military, the President of the United States. If I'm caught in any of these rooms, lounging in them, whatever, my career's over. That's like a butler choosing to sleep in the king's bed. Bad idea. So I put the key card in and I walk into that room, and it was pitch black. Nobody there. All right, okay. So I go back to the bedroom and I try to make sense out of it, thinking, you know what? It's probably traveling through the vents. The talking's probably coming from below decks. That makes sense. I'm not a medium. I'm not clairvoyant. I'm not clairaudient. I don't see or hear anything on the other side of the veil. Out of nowhere, I start hearing this voice on the right side of my ear. And it said these words: 2 little girls. How many of you have seen The Ring or The Grudge? Mm-hmm. Yeah. At the foot of the bed were 2 twin girls that resembled Samara from The Ring. They both had messy, tangled, messy hair in front of their faces, long. I couldn't see what they looked. I couldn't see their faces. They both had cracked, gray, bluish, unalive skin, and they were both wearing maroon-colored dresses. I just blinked, and now they're chest level to me. At the same time, they both started choking me. Keep in mind, I'm awake. I'm fully conscious. This is not sleep paralysis. I'm beyond terrified. Beyond terrified. they're choking me for a good minute, and finally, I barely mustered up enough energy just to yell out, "Leave me alone." The next moment, they were gone. And I'm sweating bullets, and I'm thinking I just woke up. Then I'm like, you know what? It's probably just a bad dream. Everything's good. I put my head back down, then not even a second later, that same voice from earlier said my name. I put my gear back on, and I left that room. Never went back. I remember being so scared. Like, I just went to the admin office and the officer deck just to really sleep in there, lay on the ground and just sleep in there, because I was like, I'm not going back in that room. I don't want to go to any officer room right now. I just need to be in some place that has lights in it. So, but yeah, that's my story. One of my stories right there. All right, so let's move on to the guests. Gettysburg Christie, you are up. Amberlyn, I see you in the queue, and Cat Canet, I see you in the queue. Hey Gettysburg. Hey Christy.
Hey there. Hold on, I gotta turn you up. I can't hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, quick question. How old are you?
Probably old enough to be your parent.
Well, I need to know because the way TikTok is set up.
Over 50.
Perfect. And are you okay with your story being on YouTube?
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect. Try not to cuss like F-ity F-F. It's okay to cuss, say fuck here and there. And try not to, it's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's
Great.
That being said, it's all you.
It's all me. So the first time that I had an experience in Gettysburg, I was working at the COVID clinic back in 2021 at Gettysburg College. And I was driving to work and passed a figure on the side of the road.
Oh.
Was totally blacked out. And then I was just like, did I just see that? I was like, I know I just saw that. And I know it was there. And I just kind of ignored it. Fast forward to like a year later, I went to the Jenny Wade house, which is part of Ghostly Images and whatnot. And the worker there was like, have you ever seen something like this? And I was like, yeah, actually I have, and I've never told anybody. Yeah. And then since then, I started working for Ghostly Images, which is the company that has the orphanage and the Jenny Wade house.
Okay. Oh, for sure. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Yeah. If you have any more stories, feel free to...
I have more.
There's no time limit. There's no time
limit.
I'm
the middle of the night person that meets a lot of the paranormal teams that comes to our buildings.
Yeah.
And I always do walkthroughs by myself after the teams leave. And the Jenny Wade house is the only building that I've ever like walked through like halfway through and then just kind of ran down the steps and left, because I heard the back door open and then I heard somebody running up the back stairwell. And if you look at Jason Halls's last YouTube, he had the same thing happen when he was there recording a live before they were going to do their investigation.
Okay. Oh, for sure.
I don't have any more experience. Like, the only time I've ever had poltergeist experience was at the orphanage. My friend and I had set up in the back room of the orphanage. The back room area was the play yard when the orphanage was an orphanage back in the 1800s. And we had set up like our cat, like all of our equipment was out.
Yeah.
And we were gonna walk outside to go smoke a cigarette and whatnot before we got started. But as we all got up to the upper level, we had cat balls on the dough tray. So they have a dough tray on a table in the front of the orphanage, and one of the cat balls got pushed off. Like it
Oh.
literally got pushed across the room.
Thanks, Smiley.
Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, no kidding. Shoot. See something right there.
My coworker was like, "Whoa, something just hit the floor." We were like, "Well, yeah, it did."
You know where we're at, right? Yeah.
Well, my coworker that was there with us, he actually lives in the apartment above the orphanage, so he gets a lot of activity up there.
Wow.
But yeah, our buildings are crazy.
Well, if it's an old building, I mean, generally any building can be haunted, but like, if it's an old building, pretty likely
Yeah.
that it is, especially if it has a history. Goes to
Yup.
the old building, you know. So, all right. Well, thank you, Christy. I appreciate you.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. Have a wonderful night, and if you have more stories that come up, just you know what to do.
I have more. One I'm not going to share because it deals with the weekend that Annabelle was in town,
Oh, that's okay.
and the handler died, and
Mhm.
yeah, that was weird.
No, for sure. Yeah. Feel free to share ones that just you're comfortable sharing. You know, I don't want to ever put you on a spot or anything like that. No, this is just a hangout live, talking to strangers with.
But I mean, anybody can go through like my TikTok and look at videos I've shared and see what happens when I'm in our buildings.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. In that case, let me give you a follow. Boom.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem. All right. Well, if you have no more
Hopefully,
stories,
you can visit us sometime.
I'm in California.
We get people from everywhere.
Okay. Okay. No. Here's a question. I have my own opinion about Zach Bagans. If you can tell me how my opinion is regarding my face, what's your opinion on him?
We would welcome him back. I probably wouldn't show up. Like, he's just so dramatic. It's silly.
No, it really is. I mean, it's like he uses the term devil worship a lot.
Yeah.
Like in that kind of
Yeah.
tense right there. We actually
Pretty
went
much.
to the museum, his museum in Vegas. And it was a cool experience, it really was. Some stuff was just like, whoa, holy crap, you know, but
Pay for
like,
it.
he's just so quick to jump on that term right there, that phrase. I'm just like, bro, really? And people buy it, you know? It's like, oh my god.
Right.
So
But we would totally welcome him back. Scare the shit out of him. Or sheep out of him.
uh-huh. No, for sure. It was
Like
funny.
when he was there, when he came, it was like before our team took over, before our manager and our team took over. I mean, we would welcome him.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I mean, if you look at our last year of people visiting our buildings, they're above the level of Zach Bagans.
Good. I would hope so.
Yeah.
It was funny. The last time we were in Vegas, we actually saw him at the event we went to, and it was like a goth event, you know, goth like ball event. And he was there as a VIP person, but he looked like he was just like, I don't know what I'm doing here, you know, just
Yeah.
okay. But anyway, thank you for being here, Christy.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. Take care.
Hopefully you come out and see us.
For sure.
Night.
All right. Okay. Amber, do you want to go next? Or Kat, do you want to go? Sure. Okay. Sounds good. For sure, Kat. Thank you. Hi, Amber.
Hi,
Hi. Thank you for being here. How old are you?
I am 31.
Perfect. Are you okay with your stories being on YouTube? Because this is all being screen recorded. If you don't, I have no problem editing.
I'm totally okay. It's kind of, I have a weird voice and stuff. I don't hope that doesn't matter.
No, you're so good. Okay, try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to say fuck here and there, and
Okay.
try not to get too fanatical. It's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's preachy. That being said,
Gotcha. Okay, this is going to be a really weird paranormal story, okay? But this is like involving my life, basically. I actually have a ghost love story.
okay.
Like, I don't know if you believe in ghosts in particular, like to actually have like real relationships with them.
I've heard of them. I've heard of those happening with humans. Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna sound weird, but I was like an obese 15-year-old girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hated myself so much, and I kept praying to God, not to sound preachy, but like I prayed to God, like, God, I'm like obese, please help me, And God wasn't reaching out to me. And it's like, man, I tried to be a good person my whole life. And I'm like, well, if God's not gonna talk to me, I'll talk to the devil. Oh. Wow, what is that? What is that on your arm? That's so cool.
It's the sigil of Lucifer.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, maybe. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about all that stuff. I don't know if it's good or bad, I mean.
We can talk about it later. It's okay. I'm an eclectic pagan, so just,
Cool.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's a Norse pagan, so I keep finding people like this in my life,
I love Norse. That's how I got my start with paganism. So that's cool.
That is cool. Oh my God. Okay, so I was 15. I prayed to the devil, right? I was like, please, devil, I want to lose weight. And I was walking, and then I started throwing up out of nowhere,
Okay.
like immediately.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. And I lost weight rapidly, right? Well, I was a volunteer at a hospital, okay? I was like 15, 16, and I was a volunteer for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And there was this really handsome guy that started working there, right?
Yeah.
And he was all dressed in red scrubs. And he had dark features. Like, he had like this goatee going on, really tall. I mean, his eyes were handsome. I was like, oh my God,
Tall,
who
dark,
is
and
this,
handsome,
And like, nobody noticed him though. It's
Yeah.
like, it's almost like he was invisible when I was working. And then he cornered me in a closet and spilled like steaming hot coffee all over me and just gave me this evil look. But the weird thing was I was like attracted to this guy like the whole time. And then I went and asked other people, I'm like, did you guys see that guy? And they're like, who? I'm like, the guy wearing red scrubs, when I was a kid. And they're like, I'm sorry, but we don't know who you're talking about. So then the thing is, I keep seeing this guy constantly, like throughout my whole life. It's like the same type of ghost or guy.
Yeah.
Like, a couple years after that, I would go on this like walking path, and I'm holding like a drink in my hand, my keys to my car, and it was like during the day, and I'm just walking. I was like just wearing, I forget what I was wearing, but I see this guy in the distance that looks just like that guy. Like this handsome guy, and he's walking straight towards me, and I'm like, oh my God, is that? I mean, this is 2 years later, and it looks identical, and the guy's wearing the same type of clothes as me, holding something in his hand just like me, and then he puts his hand up to wave, and I'm looking at him, and it's like he's mimicking me. And this is like a wooded path. I was alone, and I freaked out, and I jumped a fence, and I ran, then I dropped my car keys in a field, and I had to go look for him. I'm like, oh my God. But the weird thing is, I'm like attracted to this guy. Like, it's like pulling me towards it, but I keep trying to literally run away from it.
Like the Dracula effect.
And then I don't know what this is, but I know it's the same entity. It's the same like gaze and stuff that pulls me in. And then the crazy thing is, I found the same looking guy, the same image on YouTube. Now this is like a physical proof, right?
Yeah.
But the guy, it's like it's like the same type of thing, but I've started to realize that whatever that YouTube guy is not him, but it's like the same look, it's the same energy, it's the same thing, and it keeps trying to like get me. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm literally, seeing signs and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but I believe that there is a ghost after me. I don't know if it's a demon or what, but it's like I'm attracted to this thing and I'm keep trying to fight it, basically.
Okay, no, for sure. No, hey, your experience is valid. Very, very valid. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you.
Well, honestly, I did try to have sex with a ghost before. Okay. Can I say that?
Try not to say that word again, but because TikTok. If this was Facebook Messenger, whatever,
Okay, because I was weird. I was like, you know what? If I can get a ghost to do this, then I don't need a boyfriend.
I love it. Well, there is a term in the pagan community called God spousing, and that's basically, it sounds exactly how it sounds, and it's just really like you can take it to any level one would feel comfortable with, but it's basically just having a devotion to that deity, really. So, but yeah, what you're doing basically is a form of God spousing, if so on.
That sounds so cool. God spousing, I have to look that up.
Yeah.
Well, I did have this weird phase before, I got into like paganism and everything with my boyfriend. I like kind of tried to sleep with Jesus.
Yeah.
And that's kind of paranormal. I know that's weird.
No, it's okay.
I was I tried to like put like a wedding dress on, and I was like, okay, Jesus, I'm your virgin, whatever,
Oh my God.
And then, something did paranormal happen. I was on the side of my parents' house. I was like 17,
Yeah.
and I was still a virgin, and I was like, okay, Jesus, take me now or whatever, and I was trying to like marry him.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not kidding. Like, I had like this weird moment where I was like in nirvana. Like my soul was like taken out of my body, and it was like I was in the sunlight.
Yeah.
And then it happened for it felt like 5 minutes, and I was like, and I don't do drugs or anything. And then I like came back to life, and I'm like, okay, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird stuff like that. I'm like, okay, what? Like, I just don't know what I'm messing with, but yeah.
No, for sure. Did it feel like an out of body experience?
Yes.
That sounds like astral projection.
Yeah, because then I tried to I tried to, do
the deed.
act with aliens. I'm like, you know what? I was like just lonely. I was like, you know what, aliens, come get me, man. I'm ready.
Aliens take the wheel. Just no face huggers, okay?
I know. I was like, why not if it works? And I had the same thing happen. It was at night by a pine tree, and I swear I saw like a saucer with like green lights. I'm like, I'm about to get really lucky.
Oh my God. Like probe me.
And it never. I'm just saying, that's what nobody ever talks about. You can actually physically get involved with these things.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, for sure. I've only seen a UFO once in my life, and it was very, very brief. It was like I noticed it, then it was like it just shot out of the sky out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, okay, yeah, I see them. They're out there. Yeah, no, hey, listen to me. Your story is valid. Thank you for sharing it. And if you have more, there's no time limit. Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much. But can you imagine that, though? Can you imagine if we could figure out how to communicate with the afterlife? Then you could communicate and maybe even be physical in spirit with, say, deceased loved ones or people that you liked. Like, maybe there are, options with this. I swear, we don't have the technology for it, but yeah.
There was this story that went viral back in, thank you, Words on Cups. That went viral in the late 2010s. It was mainly during the 2016 time, the Harambe year. But ADHD. But there was a story where this medium said that she was having relations with a deceased pirate, and she was very serious about this. She was very serious about it. And even talked about a wedding they had, and she's like, I'm married to a deceased pirate. and she's just, there's no jokes going on. She's just like, no, this is my life right here. So it's just like, okay, no, I don't doubt that it's possible, you know.
That is so cool. I do think that after my experience that people have spirits that are looking at us and that are honestly after us. There are actually spirits that could be your lover, but you don't know it yet. You know, just because people are from different time eras doesn't exclude them.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, I'm here right now, and, you know, I'm engaged, you know, so it's just like, you know.
Right, but I mean, eventually maybe we'll learn how to get more connected with that, because just because you haven't found your soulmate yet doesn't mean they're not there.
Right.
I mean, spirits are real, you know?
Are you cool if one of my friends comes on real quick, just to, like, add on to this?
Oh my god, yeah, cool.
Scorpio Star, feel free to come on. And Kakuna, if you want to come in too and add on to it too, feel free to. All right, Scorpio Star is coming in.
Hi. Yeah, that's crazy. So when I was younger, something used to whatever with me. I was sleeping all the time, like every night. And my husband's from Guyana. He's here now, but at the time he was in Guyana, and he said something was doing the same thing to him. And I didn't really I thought it was scary. Like, I don't think it was anything good. I don't know. I always thought it was like an incubus, succubus type of deal. And like my husband, he still says sometimes, like, when he's like at his friend's house and he's partaking in adult beverages and he's not going to drive home, I don't expect him to. I don't want nothing happening to him. So, you know, and he refuses to take an Uber anywhere. So he'll just pass out on his friend's couch or something. And he'll be like, you effing B, you got me again. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you came to me when I was sleeping. I was like, that's not me. I don't think it's anything good. But I don't know. It doesn't happen to me no more. But he still says it happens to him. So, but he says he sees me. So, yeah, I just want to know about this stuff, guys, because this is like, wow. That's all. It's new to me. That's it. You know, like, I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of sad, because it's like he sees you, kind of like he wants to envision it's you doing that to him, but it's something trying to get a hold of him, actually. Whether it's...
Yeah, I know, and I try to tell him that. As a medium, I try to tell him that. I'm like, babe, that's not good. It's not me. And I heard about spiritual, like, spirits, like, taking over you, like, you know, in the spiritual realm in that way. So I don't know.
That's cute though. Like, he's loyal to you still. Like me, sometimes I'm like, I don't know if it feels good, you know, and I'm feeling that energy. I'll invite it in. I know I'm kind of bad, but you know, because I'm like,
no, I'm not gonna lie to you. When that used to happen, it is better than real life. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. It is. Hey, it is. I'm gonna call it what it is, but at the same time, I don't think it's anything good, because actually when my aunt passed away, it kind of stopped, because I used to hear her tell me, don't let it go near you. So yeah, I don't know what it is.
Sure.
But that's just my thoughts on it. Just wanted to ask you guys, maybe if you guys have an input. That's all.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's true, because like, you ever hear about like the devil being like seductive, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be just demons. But they're seductive, so it's like you don't want to say no, you know?
Yeah, because like, I
remember,
do go
I
both
love the
ways.
conviction in your words. All right.
She's right, no, because I do go both ways. Like, so it's like when I'm dreaming of it, it was always like somebody, a beautiful girl, or like the most handsomest man you ever seen in your life, like something that wasn't real. Like, I can't explain it. No, seriously, it's a real thing though, guys. It's scary.
Right, like you can feel your body being touched.
Yeah, like it was the act. I'm trying to keep it PG, because
I felt like hands going down my legs and my arms before in bed. I'm like, okay, I can connect to this. I just don't know how to talk to it or see it, you know?
Yeah, no, it would be the actual action, you know. I'm not going to get into it because, you know, we have to talk like kindergartners, but you get it. I don't want his lives to get taken down. But yeah, it would be like And it was like when that part was happening, when it was about to be over, it was like amazing, something out of this world, something.
That I know, right? It's kind of like you're using a toy or something, right? And then it just like you're like, oh my god, this is real.
I'm sorry. I don't know. It's interesting to me. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I just never really. I mean,
Have you tried to get with like a celebrity spirit? Have you ever tried to do that, like an old celebrity spirit?
Oh no, this is not something I actually invited in. It just would happen. I wasn't looking for this. You know what I mean? It would just happen.
You were
I wasn't
chosen.
inviting this into my life. I'm sorry. I'm just shy, guys. Like, no, this is not something I was looking for. This is not something I was inviting. Like, I wasn't, you know what I mean? I was minding my business.
Hey,
Can I say something related to this a little bit?
Sure.
go for it.
Like, I've done tarot, okay, and I connected to Dog, the bounty hunter's ex-wife, who died of cancer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
She died of cancer, and then I was doing a tarot reading, and then I get these weird things that I don't even know about, like these weird messages of real-life truths that come through. For instance, she said because he moved on here on the earth realm, that she was forced to move on in the spirit realm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking, like, so it's just weird because I think we're all are connected. We just don't realize that yet, you know? So these things right now are really taboo, but I think eventually one day we will be able to communicate in all ways with spirits. That's why I think, like, Zach, what's his name from Ghost Adventures, that guy?
Oh, the idiot, Zach Vegans.
Fraud, yeah.
I feel
The
like
biggest
people
idiot.
like him are the ones to actually, like, I think that's why he's so into it. People like him are trying to prove the existence so that we can, like, have more funding and more things, like, people involved in this so we can get to the next level, you know, while we're here on Earth, though.
I mean, as a medium, I don't agree with him. I think he's an idiot, and I hope a spirit attacks him. That's all I could say on that.
I think so. I'm a medium that specializes in energy more than anything. I'm not a psychic. It's all spiritual energy, entities and stuff like that. I've learned a lot from experience. So I do believe that we're all connected in some way, some kind of energy way of some sort.
Okay.
You know, but I think that to communicate with something, you have to have respect for it.
Yes, I agree. You do.
You can't just go into a place and yell demon at it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You can't. That's why I hope he gets attacked, because I want to jump through the TV and beat him. Like, I don't find him funny.
That
It
guy,
gets me very
like I was
agitated.
saying
That's why I can't watch
earlier.
Sam and Colby. I can't do it.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like, this guy loves to jump on the "it was devil worship" train. You
Yeah.
know? And it bugs the hell out of me. I'm like, okay, something spilled its milk. It's devil worship, you know? And he's just so quick to jump on that. Plus, he uses one lens to diagnose what's going on in a infested environment, which is, in my opinion, it's not the way to go, you know?
No.
So,
No. You have to
No.
be very, very open when
Yeah.
you're trying to investigate. Because you don't actually know. People theorize, but nobody knows the solid facts of this yet.
yeah. I mean, like, if you're just, like I said, if you're just gonna use, like, even for like, as someone that's pagan, you know, if I were to just keep a Norse lens on everything, then, you know, that's closes so many options of what things could be right there, you know? So, yeah.
Wow, so
that
deep.
makes any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing with those incubus and succubus things, I'm just kind of curious. That's all. But yeah, thank you for letting me be on here and ask that.
No, for sure.
Yeah, thank you too. Thank you. I'm gonna get going though, but I really appreciate being on here, and thank you for letting me share my taboo stuff.
Once
Yeah,
again,
thanks
are
for
you guys
sharing your
all
stories with
okay
us.
with this being on YouTube?
Yeah, I don't care.
For sure. Just making sure. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Take care.
Bye bye. You.
Alright. Okay. Alright. Up next, we have Galena. Thank you guys for being here, really. Hello there.
Howdy.
Hi, thank you for being here. How old are you?
35.
Perfect. Are you okay with your
Yeah,
story being on
I'm
YouTube?
a little old probably for your audience or whatever the heck it is you do, but
I'm 32.
sorry, I'm in the middle of trying to do something. Like you know the brick buildings?
Hold on real quick. Are you okay with your story being on YouTube?
But, my story?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or-
okay. Yeah, no, for
Okay, just
sure.
Making sure, yeah. All right.
Yeah, no. It's stories I grew up with growing up, like no big deal.
For sure. Are you okay? Real quick. Try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to swear here and there. Did you hear the rules already?
Oh yeah, I apologize. I am not like I am I will refrain from the bad words that TikTok.
Yeah. No, for
I will
sure.
okay, I will say I will try my best. I will not say I can. Like I said, I will try my best. You gotta remember, I'm like, if I'm gonna talk a story, I'm gonna talk a story, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah.
But
I want you to
will
tell the story as
definitely-
authentic as you can, of course, within wordage wordage limits because of how TikTok is set up, unfortunately. But yeah, and try not to get too religious. It's okay to have religion in your
Well,
story.
I'm gonna get really. I mean, I can tell you exactly what I grew up with, and
I know, no. Just
technically
hear me-
we went to
hear me
church,
out,
but
hear me out, hear
the
me
story
out.
I'm gonna tell you
Hear
ain't
me out,
religious.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Try not to get too religious. It's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's preachy. So it's okay to say, and this was part of my experience. That's completely valid. Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's all you.
I mean, so I grew up on a farm that was. It's like the original farmstead was established in 1886.
Okay.
And I've had many a family obviously die
Mm-hmm.
amongst this land. Obviously. Dang it.
It's okay. No rush. No rush.
Sorry, I'm making little feet right now on my brick, like my Luffy brick block. Okay, I'm putting it down and I'm gonna focus on the story here. Because the thing is I actually grew up, like my 10th birthday, I requested my aunt and my dad doing the Ouija board to like get like spiritual fucking insight, like things.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no doubt about it. I was somebody who was under the belief, people, like, I would do Ouija boards with some people, or I'd let other people do the Ouija board at my house, and I would be like, it would be so funny because it'd be two people who, like, two girls, like, it would be, like, the popular girls who, like, thought that, like, oh, yeah, like, if we just did it, and it would, like, maybe move, like, 1 centimeter after, like, 5 minutes. And they made everybody fucking sit there and, like, wait. I remember because I was a volleyball player, and I remember I had this big, like, it was insane.
Yeah.
Me and my family, like, we could make that mother trucker move. But I say me and my family because you kind of have to have that, like spiritual, like, family energy into, like, a lot of that, you know? And so I grew up with that, you know, to a certain degree. Until it got to be a little too dark or whatnot, which like I said, I'm not going to make this religious or anything like that, but, like, you know, certain things. Okay, that being said, that was just things that, there's not really any crazy, I would say, like, stories from all that, like, just things that like, doing it, and the Ouija board, like, the little, what's it called? I can't remember, but it would, like, spin around in circles and stuff, and anyways, I get, like, it would go, like, and then on top of that, like, I know, like, you gotta remember, like, I grew up with it where it's like, oh, I did it with my brother, but then him and his friend would, like, spell out something that because what they wanted versus, you know, and I could tell the difference between, like, that versus actual real, like, communication.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of growing up with it, like, you know, like it's a game, but sometimes you get the spirit that comes through, especially from your ancestors, you know?
Yeah.
Which we did. Like, we talked to our ancestors and whatnot, you know, like, because, and I always felt like it was safe. I felt like it was safe because it was on, like, the farm, like, the land that I lived on.
Yeah.
So, like, all the ancestors, like, we were all there. So, I don't know. I couldn't tell you this day. Okay. So, but then I grew up with, like, my father telling me these weird stories about, like, when he was, like, a little boy, right? He was like, oh, yeah, like, it was around Christmas. It wasn't Christmas Eve. He was like, oh, I went, like, he's like, and like, he's like, I was little, and he was like, there was just, like, like, the smoke that came into, like, the bedroom, you know, and he was just like, oh, I bet Santa came early, he's smoking, like, this is back in, like, you know, the 60s, like, you know, so he's over here thinking, like, oh, he's smoking his pipe, because back in the, like, that's kind of how they saw Santa. Oh my god, he's smoking his pipe, you know, like, that's what this mist was or something. And then he was like, well, then he's like, all of a sudden I saw a figure at, like, my, like, the doorway or something walking in, and he was like, in his little kid mind, he was still thinking, oh my god, it's Santa, but I'm still scared of it, kind of, like, not scared of it, but, like, excited, but, like, oh, I don't want him to see that I'm awake. So he's like, oh, I went under the covers, and he's like, I heard him walk towards the bed. He's like, he sat on the end of the bed, and, like, when you have someone sit at the end of the bed, but, you know, you feel that pressure and all that, so, like, go down, like someone's, a weight is being, like, sitting on the bed. And he's like, it sat, and he's like, it didn't go away. And it was for a while, and then, so, like, I'm guessing after a while, a kid's gonna be like, well, why is Santa just, like, coming here and sit in my room? Like, why are you doing that? And then he would, like, look over, and then there was nobody there.
Wow.
Was it?
Wow.
Nobody there?
Trippy.
And then, I mean, there's, by the way, that's just one little story. I like that one just because it's kind of a Christmassy kind of one, but, I mean, I say story, now, did it happen? I don't know, to a certain degree, yeah, it probably happened. I mean, and, like, because my family, like, they would just tell the stories like they were just, like normal stories, like, oh, yeah, the other day I went to the store and, you know, this happened. But, like, this was just like, oh, yeah. There was a chair that used to rock in the middle of the night, like, and, like, all this stuff, like, and I remember, like, I didn't say that at my grandparent, like, my mom, like, they built a house, and my mom didn't, like, even though we, like, didn't live far away, it's a complex thing, but anyways, I stayed one night, and I remember, like, hearing all this like, not like that, but in the attic there, and my grandpa was, like, one day, was like, oh, yeah, like, this damn chair was always creaking in the middle of the night, because your great-grandpa, you know, so-and-so does it, and he's just like, oh, we took it to the dump.
Yeah.
Because they were just tired of it. And I was like, you know, like, yeah, a certain object, but I'm like, that's when I realized, I was like, you know, maybe things aren't really haunted. It's more like some things are just imprinted, you know, upon or something like that. And, so that's just like one story, and that's just honestly, like, I remember I grew up with, and
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that story. I don't know.
No, for sure. Well, I appreciate you contributing to the live, and if you have more stories, by all means, keep going. There's no time limit to this, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, like, gosh. Okay, so it's not ghost related, but, like, some of the hauntings that happen afterwards, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because of who did die. I will say, my great, like, the person who founded it was a piece of crap.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, his name was Adolf. Not that Adolf, but, seriously, like, back in those days, apparently, like, popular name, you know?
Believe it or not, it's a very popular name in Germany.
Okay, first of all, not the 1940s, late 1800s, so he was at least before, you know. And, he actually worked a couple of his daughters to death.
Wow.
Like, on the farm. And I had, there were so many things about him that, like, I don't even know, like, they weren't really I feel like there was just, like, history or something, like, I just knew. And then on top, so we had like, and they were like, what, like teenagers, like probably like 16, 17. Like honestly, probably like working in the field and then fucking passed out from like, I don't know. That's the only thing I have heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can show you their grave. Like there's a tombstone in my hometown of all the two of these girls, and then a third girl. By the way, one it was like a 3-year-old, but it was like something about she ate like bad food, like got poisoning. Like this is back at
Yeah.
So I'm always like, there was 2 girls who got worked to death, and then one who just kind of got like poisoned. I don't even know. And they're like, yeah. So that's why I'm like, some of the hauntings that happen, I'm like, okay. And then what? Not Adolf, but Ed, the guy after him, I believe. Like he was he was the son, but he was better. Like I don't really know. You know, I wasn't there. Apparently, like my dad used to see like that, his grandpa like in like the rocking chair reading the newspaper, like, and he thought he had like kind of like a one time like, oh, my cousin came over to like have a sleepover, and we were both in the living room, like, you know, like maybe on the floor, and then like they woke like in the chair that was like the chair that he, like when he was alive, he was always sitting in and always reading his paper and like rocking in. They both apparently like saw him, and then they didn't really want to share it till like later on in the morning. They kind of started to like, oh hey, did you see that too? Like, oh yeah, you know. And they were like kids or whatnot. Like I said, that's one of those situations where it's more of an imprint than it is like some sort of, you know, crazy like poltergeist evil thing or something like that.
Yeah.
I do believe there's a. Do you not think that? Like, I don't know what you've heard on. This is the first time I've been on your thing, I think. I don't know what other paranormal stories you have heard. Mine are not crazy, but they're real. And I don't know what, like, you've heard compared. I have, like, now I will say, like, because you're like, don't get religious. But, like, I was like, but when you say religious, like, can I say, like, when I think something is evil, though? Can I say that? Like.
Yeah, no, I want something from your.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, like when I was older, like we tried to do the Ouija board, like every once in a while, like at my grandparent, like with her, like, and I remember, like it just got really scary. It got really scary.
Hear me out. And
Oh.
with all due respect, when I'm trying to talk, let me talk, okay? When I talk about religious, what I'm talking about is, what I'm trying to say is, don't like preach, like, you know, and then like you guys need to do this because blah 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 blah. Like that's what I mean. It's okay to have like, to be a Christian and be here. It's okay. Just not. I've met a lot of great Christians on this live. Just not to a point to where it's like, and guys, we need a for example, being just looking at a Norse pagan views lens, we all need to be followers of Odin. You know, like no,
Right.
no, none of that. That's preaching right there.
No, I mean, like, yeah, like I meant like, I wasn't meaning like, oh yeah, we all need to be followed. Like, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
That's all I mean. That's all I mean.
I love studying. That's the thing is, I love studying those too. Those other like dynamics and religions and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I can only say what I've experienced, but like I also can say like, you know, I don't know, maybe like there like I said, like I mean, I grew up in a like, and my brother, honestly, he lives at that farmstead now, and he has literally basically torn down a lot of it and rebuilt a house there.
Okay.
But I remember I remember watching something about like, oh, if you find some like old pair of shoes like in the floorboards, like leave it, like, and I remember like joking around, but it never happened. But he will like, there are like part of like the frame of the house, like, because I don't know if you know this, a lot of wood back in the day was real, like that's good wood, you know. The trees they used to make the wood had a lot more of the ring. You know how a tree is aged?
Yeah.
You also know that makes it thicker and tougher and denser, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like, and so like, because I remember he was very careful about that. Like, oh, okay, if it's rotted wood, you get rid of it. But if there is still good wood for the frame and like the original part of the house, he was like, we're keeping it. So Yeah.
No, for sure.
And like, yeah, I mean, there's just like, it's a good history to kind of like feel like be somewhat proud of. Not really like, and by the way, like this is, by the way, I will say it's Kansas. So it wasn't no southern like like it was just Kansas, and that was people just trying to do their own thing apparently. And then yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being
So-
here, Galena. I appreciate you.
No props.
Take care. All right, stories just about my grandpa was for sure. All right, guys. Yeah, we have about 37 minutes left of the live. So if you have a story you'd like to share, click on the guest button below. Would love to have you on. And I also do ghost story narrations. So if you want me to make a TikTok video about it, just type out your story to me, and I will make I'll make content around it. It'll be on TikTok, it'll be on Instagram, and it'll be on YouTube. And of course, if it's on Instagram, I'll add you as a collaborator. It's okay to say no, but so it'll be on your feed as well. Not for sure, J Crime. Is that my Zodiac? Check out my story on TikTok. I've already seen it, dude. It's good stuff. But yeah, if anyone has a story they'd like to tell, click the guest button down below. Would love to have you on. Or if there's a story, or if you guys want to hear one of my stories, let me know in the comments. Yeah, of course, dude. Okay. Alright. So, this is the first time I accidentally astral projected. I was stationed out in Japan between 2013 and 2016. And I was living in my apartment. And I was trying to figure out a way how to astral project. I've seen all these tutorials online, and none of them worked for me. So, as a Christian at the time, funny enough, wanting to understand this craft, I actually ended up talking to some of my pagan friends, and they told me about a method that worked for them, but for some reason it just didn't work for me. I tried it, and it just wouldn't work. No budge. So this one night I was like, you know what, I'm tired. I got work tomorrow in the morning, and I need to get up early. I don't have time for this anymore. Put my head down, and probably about a minute and a half later, my eyes are still closed, but I feel myself leaving my body, floating out of my body. And immediately I'm aware what's going on. I'm like, oh my God, I'm finally leaving my body. I'm finally astral projecting. Finally, goodness gracious, you know. Here I am thinking I'm about to have this really awesome journey. I did not make it far at all. Finally, I only make it to my bedroom door. I didn't get far at all. I open my eyes, I see the door in front of me, then out of nowhere a giant shadow hand just grabbed me and threw me right back in my body. And I still remember seeing myself from a third person point of view, and my body twitching left and right. And then finally I merged back in, and I looked to the left of me, and I saw this old box TV in my room playing nothing but static. There was no TV in my room. On the right of it was a shadow figure in a suit, just like. not in a aggressive or an intimidating manner, but more like, you are so lucky I was here. And then finally, I woke up. I tried to replicate it, but it didn't work. There's this one other time I felt like it was astral projection, but not sure. But I can never figure it out or master it. It's just, I don't know, man. Some people can do it nightly, and me, I'm just like, I don't know how to do it. And like now, I feel like if I were to astral project, I'm not sure if it would be good for me, you know, because I live my life feet on the ground, and I'm able to enjoy a cup of tea, laugh at jokes, and continue on throughout the day. I don't need an experience that's just gonna break me to where I can't enjoy life anymore. You know what I mean? So, but that's just the way I look at it. Lucid dreaming, huh? Yeah. I don't know how to do that either. Whenever I do lucid dream, it doesn't last long at all. It's like a couple of seconds, then I wake up. So, all right. But that's my story right there. If you have a story you'd like to share, click the guest button down below and be a guest. Yeah. Let's see. Oh my goodness, my neck hurts. It's 8:30. Cool, and it's Thursday. Well, what do you guys think? What are you guys' thoughts? Got any questions for me? Q&A? Ask. Thanks for the likes, everybody. Take care, Brave. All right. Okay. Well, do you think spirits can read your thoughts? Only like it's a good question. It's a good question actually. Yes and no. What I think they can read is intention. Like if it's a strong intention, I think they can read. I believe they can read it within your thought. But like random thoughts, I mean, if they can read your thoughts, then I imagine they try not to, because as someone with ADHD, it's just like random thoughts random thoughts come all the time. So if they can read our thoughts, I imagine they try to make it as selective as possible. Okay, that's my thoughts on it, Briz. Did I see anything on my vacation? No, I didn't see anything on my vacation. The only thing that happened on our first night was we were in the hallway to our hotel, in our hotel room, and I felt something just grab me like that. And that was about it right there. I made a brief TikTok video about it, but yeah. Go ahead and request up, Cat. There's nobody wanting to request. But yeah, that's the only spooky thing that really happened. And to me, I felt more just flattered. That it was more like I felt more welcomed in a way. It's funny enough, but yeah. All right. Let's see All right. But yeah, nothing really paranormal happened. Hey, welcome back.
Uh-huh. On the ghost talking to you in your head thing, there's this old lady that passes through my kitchen occasionally.
Yeah.
And while I'm cooking, she'll like yell at me different spices I need to use. She'll be like, you need to throw more parsley in that.
I love it.
They always turn out amazing too. Like, I'm gonna be mad when I move and I don't have her anymore.
I can only imagine if it's like an Italian, like, you're not doing it right, man, not putting the right spice, you know, blah, 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 you know.
It's definitely either French or Italian, because it's always like, it needs more of this and that, you know?
You should be like, I need your opinion. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
She does like scream if I don't listen though. Yeah, like the one time I was making a I believe it was like a, what is it called? It's when you beat the eggs and you make like a flat egg with
Omelet.
cheese and spinach and stuff in it.
Yeah,
I can't think of it. I can't think of the word right now, but
it's an omelet.
I was making that and she was like yelling at me to put lemon in it. And I was like, I don't have lemon. I can't put lemon in it. She was like yelling that it needed lemon and I was like, I can't do it. I don't have lemon. Please.
That's funny.
Oh yeah. I came up to tell you about my abandoned hospital experience
Go
though.
for it.
So we went to check out, you know, me and my crew, we like to go to abandoned places and stuff when we can fit it in our schedule. So we went to this hospital that's like 20-ish minutes from me. And we pull up and it's like eerie. And we find a way into the basement. It's been abandoned for like 10 years. You know, we're not messing anything up. It's already been destroyed. And we're in the basement area and we hear like a lady laugh. And I'm the only lady, so the three guys I was with turned to me and they're like, did you just laugh? And I was like, no, but I heard that. So we keep walking and it happens a few more times and we hear like a lady talk to, you know, and we're trying to find the steps to go up higher into the hospital. We get into the morgue and we can hear someone like running down the hallway and giggling.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, we're freaked out at this point. And I'm like, no, guys, we gotta find the steps. You know, we gotta, at this point, I'm like, she's like playing with us. She's having fun with us. So maybe she'll communicate with me and show me the steps. So I do my thing where I go on the ground, I put my hand on the ground, and I just send out like that asking, hey, can you help me? Where are the stairs? Is anyone here? Could you assist?
Yeah.
We're here respectfully. We want to help you if you need help. And I, in my mind, can see like she's wearing like a patterned white and light blue hospital gown, and she has like long light brown hair. Really pretty younger lady. I'd say maybe like 19 to 24, 25-ish in that age range.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll help you, just follow me. And so I get off the ground and I just, you know, I listen and I try to follow her energy because she wasn't really showing herself to me after that. And I followed her and I just opened up, my crew is like, what are you doing right now? Obviously, because they're like, this lady's crazy. Why is she like kneeling on the ground and then suddenly walking down a hallway?
Yeah.
But they follow me. And we get to this door and I open it up and I'm like, voila, the steps. You're welcome. They're like, how did you do that? I was like, I tell you guys, I just talk and they help me. So we start to go up the stairs and we hear the lady laughing again, this time from upstairs. And suddenly there's this like we get to the top of the stairs, we don't even go in the door yet, and there's this loud banging that starts. It's like a piece of metal being slapped against a pipe or something repeatedly. And then we hear running and stuff. And I tried to, like, they're all freaking out and they're already darting out the building. And I'm like, guys, I'm telling you, like, she's just being playful. She's goofing around with us. You guys don't have to run out. But they were just kind of done. And they're like, we're leaving.
Yeah.
We're getting out of here. And they freaked out and we all left. And after we got outside, they were like, I don't really feel scared. And I was like, guys, why don't we go back in then? And they're like, no, we're good. We're good. We're not going back in.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite an experience for sure.
You guys ever go back or plan on going back?
No, they're kind of like tapped out on that place. They're like, that's some of the creepiest stuff we've ever had happen. And I'm just over here like, oh, I've experienced worse. This was funny.
Yeah.
She was messing with you guys.
She's like, I have all the time. I have a whole eternity here, man. You know?
You're a guest I can mess with. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like no bad feelings in the hospital. It was just her being goofy.
Just her playground, that's it.
Just a playground, yeah.
That's it.
I would like to go back though.
No.
I went to right after that, like a few days later, we went to an abandoned orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up to, there was like I left a note and stuff, but I was never contacted. I was going to ask if we could enter, like, because they're renovating it. I was going to ask if we could just enter to film a communication video, because the old owner had a lot of people come in. Like, if you look it up on YouTube, it's known as, like, a demon orphanage.
Oh.
Yeah, don't you love that? Everyone claims that there's a demon there. I didn't get that feeling. But as we got up to, like, it's like a windowed in porch. Like, not a screen porch, but a window in one.
Yeah.
And I heard, like, kids running around and playing inside. And I just stood there and I listened for a few minutes. And they were like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I hear something in there. They're like, it's probably an animal. And I'm like, I don't think animals giggle like kids and sound like kids' footsteps running around. Like, I'm pretty familiar with this sound. I have 2 kids, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a raccoon, guys. And it just, all of the noise suddenly stopped. Like, if it was an animal, I feel like you'd hear it, like, running out of the room or something. It just sounded like the playing stopped immediately. And I was wearing my protection necklace, like I always do.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to this one building. As soon as we stepped in, we all had this, like, heavy feeling. It was the furnace, like, where they would burn all the wood and stuff to heat up their water year-round. We're talking, like, a really old orphanage, like early 1900s. And we just got this bad feeling, and I kid you not, the second I stepped through that door, my protection necklace broke and fell on the ground.
Oh.
And I looked at everyone around me, and I was like, I don't know what's in this room, but it just tapped out my protection necklace, and I think I'm out of here. At least this spot. We can go somewhere else.
For sure, man.
That's never a good sign. Like, there's nothing wrong with my necklace. It was perfectly fine. And then it just went the second my foot went through that door. It was crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I have a question, but I'm trying to word it. Do you guys have a channel?
No, we plan on making one eventually, but life is so busy for all of us right now that it's hard to get anything established.
Yeah.
But I do have some videos. I do have a video up of me going around.
For sure, Lincoln.
I didn't catch any of, like, we usually put the phone down as we walk through, and then we'll start recording or live streaming after we've established that it's, you know, it's going to be interesting or that we're going to have evidence. Because sometimes you go into a place and they just don't want to communicate.
Yeah.
And they're just like, get out of here, I'm tired of people. You know? So we usually go in and we scope it first. So we got a few videos of us walking through it, but I didn't get any evidence for that one. There was a lot of orbs and stuff in it, though.
Okay.
And I do have that up on my channel.
Oh, for sure. Hey, whenever you got something, just send it to me and I'll share it. And obviously I'll like it too and comment. Yeah, so
That would be super cool.
Yeah, no, of course. Everyone, follow Kakanut too. She's awesome. She's an OG. She's been here when I was nothing. So, but
I've been slacking lately though. Yeah, life's been crazy. I haven't really been on TikTok.
yeah, no, I get that. Finally me departing my band, all of a sudden I had all the time in the world. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going all in on social media now, so
That's really good.
yeah.
It's really good.
Try to build my audience back up again. But yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I was gonna say this is one of the lowest view count lives I've seen in a while for you.
yeah. I mean, you've seen it when it was like popping at one point, but
Yeah.
because I stopped.
UK at some points.
Yeah. So, but
It'll pick back up again.
yeah,
You keep grinding, it'll happen.
it's just consistency. That's it, and
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah. I appreciate you being here, Kat. You know that, and yeah, talk to Scorpio Star too. She's awesome. So.
Well, I'll drop down in case anyone else wants to get up before you have to end it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Take care.
You too.
All right. All right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end it right now, actually, because I'm getting tired. Yeah, I'm still a little jet lagged. So, give it about 5 more minutes. And if no one wants to come on, then I'll just end it. So. But yeah, once again, guys, I do ghost story narrations. If you guys want a story that you want me to narrate, just DM it to me and I'll make a whole TikTok video about it. Check out my pinned videos just to see the kind of style that I do. And if it's up to your interest, then just DM me your story. Just DM it to me. It could be one story, it could be a compilation of stories. Something that I do, if it is a short story, I will put it with a bunch of other stories just for the video length's sake. So, but yeah. Okay. I'm gonna end it right here then. So, I always end with these 2 messages. If you're going through a mental health crisis, please contact the number 988. The reason why I talk about that is because when I first started doing lives, there was a follower that, oh, no problem, Kat. There was a follower that followed me on Instagram, and she called me, and just before dinner, really, and she was ready to do this to herself. She called me, and I was able to talk her down out of it, and she's still with us, thankfully. But I had to tell her, look, I'm not professionally equipped to handle something like this. I don't know every word in the book to dissuade someone from making this kind of radical decision. But these people, they know what they're doing. All right. 988, the people that work there are probably the sweetest people you'll ever talk to in your life. They're not there to diagnose you or label you, anything like that. No, they're there to hear you out. Their job is to make sure you keep your feet on the ground and that you make it through the night. Cool thing too is that it doesn't always have to be something radical. It could just be a bad day, just a really bad day. Woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Someone gave you the bird on the way to work, on the way back from work. Argument with your best friend, your spouse, your partner, your boss, coworker. Slipped on a banana peel. Call them. It's okay. It's okay to talk, guys. We're only human. At points in life, we're all the way up here, and it's amazing. But that's other times we're down here, and that's just life, just how it is, unfortunately. But call them. It's okay. It's okay to talk. Get it off your chest, yeah. But remember, after this, it goes back up again. It fluctuates. So once again, guys, contact 988 if you're going through a mental health crisis. Do not message me. If you message me, I'm just going to send you their number, okay? That's not me because I don't care. It's me because they can provide you with way more help than I can ever. So, that being said, last message: break the chains that bind you. Keep moving forward in life, even if it's just baby steps. Look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of how far you made it, and show yourself the love for it. You owe it to you to not let the thoughts win. Live with conviction, and remember, it can't rain all the time. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I will be on tomorrow. Tomorrow is legit my Friday. I'm not live on the weekends unless I'm that bored or I can't sleep. So, have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Ugh.